This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. June the 13th, and another day of rain. What, John, starts this afternoon, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Not much of a chance of rainfall during the morning commute. That's the good thing. Like yesterday, I think the morning commute will get off without a hitch. But later on in the day, that ride home, especially for you late commuters, you might expect to see some showers and thunderstorms building. And like yesterday, some of them could produce some fairly heavy rain. Taking a look at radar across the area, not much in the way of rain showers now. As mentioned, it should be a dry commute. A lot of cloud cover out there, though. That cloud cover will give way to a little bit more sunshine, and that sunshine will help boost our temperatures right up there into the upper 80s to near 90, just like yesterday. And that's when it happens. The sea breeze front and the general easterly wind collide, and boom, we get that good chance of showers and thunderstorms. Have the complete forecast for you in a minute.
All right, thank you, John. Talk to you soon. There's a little bit of a buildup right now on State Road 70, which is not marked right now. For some reason, our 70 icon has migrated north about 10 miles. But if you look where the unmarked road is, there is some traffic there right now. Hopefully they'll fix that sometime this morning. Farther south now, you'll see in mid-Sarasota County, nothing to report there today, as of this point anyway. And then farther south, we'll check the South County map and see nothing to report at 6:02 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, President Trump gathered his full cabinet for the first time on Monday, giving each member a chance to highlight their efforts and achievements so far in his presidency.
But as Reed Binion tells us, one senator made fun of that exercise.
President Donald Trump holding a roundtable with his full cabinet, a chance for them to outline department activities in their first months on the job.
And we're going to discuss our various reports.
But as cameras rolled, the leaders spoke not about the specifics of governing. Instead, one after another, they heaped glowing praise on Trump, starting with Vice President Mike Pence.
The greatest privilege of my life is to serve as vice president to a president who's keeping his word to the American people.
Cabinet secretaries offering similar kudos.
I am privileged to be here, deeply honored.
I want to congratulate you on the men and women you placed around this table.
Others, notably Defense Secretary James Mattis, pointedly focusing praise on those serving under them.
It's an honor to represent the men and women of the Department of Defense.
Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer and his staff making a parody of Monday's cabinet-level gushing.
Thank you for the opportunity and blessing to serve your agenda.
The episode had parallels with questions raised about Trump's emphasis on personal loyalty after last week's testimony by fired FBI Director James Comey, who said he declined Trump's request for a loyalty pledge, a request that Trump's lawyer, Mark Kasowitz, says the president never made.
He never said it in form, and he never said it in substance.
Monday's cabinet meeting also coming ahead of Attorney General Jeff Sessions' Senate testimony. Democrats expected to grill him on Comey's testimony about Trump's conduct and about his involvement in Comey's firing despite his recusal into the investigation into Russia's 2016 election meddling. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Sessions appears at 2:30 p.m. We'll have live coverage here on ABC 7.
As Sessions prepares to testify, President Trump's travel ban is facing another setback after a ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. The court is rejecting the travel ban that would have blocked refugees and foreign nationals from 6 Muslim nations from coming to America. The 3-judge panel affirmed a Hawaiian judge's decision that the ban violated the Constitution. The judges said Trump exceeded the scope of the authority delegated to him by Congress, and White House says the administration is reviewing that decision. It could soon head to the Supreme Court.
The president's executive order to protect this country is fully lawful and ultimately will be upheld by the Supreme Court.
The White House argues the ban is necessary to keep the United States safe from potential threats of terrorism.
An update now on President Trump's choice as the new head of FEMA. A Senate panel has confirmed the nomination of Brock Long of Alabama. He ran the FEMA agency in Alabama previously and was also the incident commander for the BP oil spill in the Gulf back in the year 2010. Brock still needs approval of the full Senate. He could have his hands full. The president wants to cut $1 billion from FEMA's budget. FEMA has already handled 41 disaster declarations this year alone.
I just want to say I'm sorry. And if and when you're ready, I look forward to sitting down with you very soon.
Montana Congressman-elect Greg Gianforte apologized in court as he pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault yesterday. He admitted to body slamming a reporter named Ben Jacobs last month after Jacobs asked him a question. Gianforte apologized to Jacobs in court after the two already reached an agreement last week, which kept Jacobs from suing the congressman. Gianforte will also make a $50,000 donation to the Committee to Protect Journalists. He will also be able to avoid jail time.
Happening today, jury deliberations will continue this morning in the sexual assault trial of Bill Cosby. The jury left last night after deliberating for 4 hours without reaching a verdict. The defense taking just 6 minutes to make their case, calling its only one witness to the stand. Cosby's attorney has acknowledged that Cosby is an adulterer, but argued he's not a criminal. Prosecutors instead focused on Cosby admitting he groped Andrea Constand after giving her pills that he knew could put her to sleep. He, though, has pleaded not guilty.
Developing overnight here in Florida, the former president of Panama will appear in federal court today after an arrest last night near his house in Coral Gables. You see, Panama wants Ricardo Martinelli back home to face charges of espionage and corruption. So the arrest came after U.S. Marshals thought he was preparing to flee. An extradition hearing is set for this afternoon in Miami.
As survivors and victims' loved ones of the Pulse nightclub shooting continue to recover from that attack 1 year later, the state is still offering services to help. Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi says so far the Division of Victim Services has distributed $500,000 to pay for several services. Nearly $290,000 has gone to funeral expenses for the 49 victims. $105,000 has gone to medical treatment. Over $40,000 has gone to mental health claims, and about $60,000 has gone to wage loss and loss of support claims. The Attorney General has also received an $8 million grant from the Department of Justice that'll go to supporting Pulse victims and their families. And as many services took place around the country, Manatee County residents took time last night to remember those victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting.
Our Rick Adams was there.
Well, there were a lot of folks at this event and a lot of emotion. The victims who lost their lives in this horrible massacre 1 year ago were being remembered. Members of the Manatee County community came together Monday night at Manatee Unitarian Universalist Fellowship to reflect on the 49 lives lost during the worst mass shooting in U.S. history at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. Corinne Woodland of Bradenton felt compelled to be at this event.
It's very important to have a place where we can heal together and grieve together and talk about how we can move forward and make things better and safer.
Healing is what took place here as the group prayed, heard readings, and sang some very touching songs.
It's so important that we recognize and reach out and love one another during times like this when it seems like the world is such a hurting place. This is a time to look each other in the eye and say, I know who you are and I love you.
One of the highly emotional parts of the event took place when the faces of all 49 people who had been killed were being shown, including Sarasota resident Edward Sotomayor Jr. Reverend Glenn Grotchek of the St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Palmetto led the gathering in readings and prayers.
It touches all of our hearts, whether we're part of the gay community or not. Because they're all of our sisters and brothers.
A lot of the diversity was showcased with the different colored roses in the 49 different vases, representing each of the lives lost. It's an event that was hosted by Manatee Pride Prism Youth Initiative.
Hope that people come away from this with a sense of reverence and resolve.
And events like this were echoed everywhere. 49 lives lost, but certainly not forgotten. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And at the same hour last night in Sarasota, friends of one of the victims killed in the Pulse nightclub shooting took time to honor the victims and survivors. Edward Sotomayor lived most of his life in Sarasota. He was the first victim ID'd last year in the shooting. Mourners gathered in Payne Park where they released 49 white balloons, one for each victim.
I think it's important for people to honor these magnificent folks and to make a statement to the rest of this city and country that there still is discrimination, there still is hate, and something like this has to change it.
Organizers say they're glad to have honored the victims and Sotomayor as well.
It'll be a busy day for Governor Rick Scott, who plans to visit 5 cities today around the state. He calls it his Fighting for Florida's Future tour. He'll discuss public school funding, job growth, and the need to repair the dike around Lake Okeechobee. The governor will start the day in Miami before moving on to West Palm Beach, Tampa, and finally Jacksonville.
And over a dozen Suncoast students got a glimpse of the medical field thanks to the Manatee Technical College. This program is designed to give the students an introduction to various medical fields and give the students a hands-on experience.
Students that are in middle school and high school, a lot of times they don't know what is out there that's offered or what they want to do at this time of their life. So with MTC, we're just allowing them to come to our camp to show what's out there, what they can get enrolled in, and what's possible for them for their future.
The camp is funded through a grant from the Gulf Coast South Area Health Education Center. I recall a field trip I took as a teenager to a local TV station in Buffalo, and I was hooked.
That was
Here
it?
you are.
That's what did it?
Yeah.
Now we can't get rid of it.
I know.
Just kidding.
The field trips can make a big difference for these students.
You ever been back to that station?
I went back and anchored there 10 years later.
No kidding.
True story.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's an awesome story.
That was fun. Yeah.
That's
There you
neat.
go.
We have across our region some changing weather. Again, I think we'll have showers and thunderstorms today, but maybe some time to dry out later on down the road. We'll talk about wind in a minute.
All right, also still to come, a look at some new Fire Academy graduates.
Why this class is being praised for much more than its bravery. That's next.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is the best overall brand for 2 years running and the most trusted brand for 3 years running, according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Right now, you can lease one of Subaru's most versatile vehicles, the Subaru Crosstrek, for as little as $189 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Quiet on the Suncoast right now. Air temperature and dew point, though, still pretty high. We've lost 1 degree of dew point over the last hour, now coming in at 73. But that's still high enough to make it feel so sticky outside. 76 degrees the air temperature already at this hour. That's kind of warm. We'll see daytime high temperatures today, though, top out at about average, coming in around the 90-degree mark. So not a big deal, the fact that we have warm start, I guess. East wind coming in at about 6. We have a mix of sun and mix of clouds and clear sky out there right now. 75 degrees in Myakka, Wauchula, Arcadia, Northport coming in at 76, 75 in Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch. Also in Punta Gorda, 76 degrees in Inglewood, 77 for you folks in Venice. And out there on the Key at Longboat, you have 77 degrees and similar temperatures across most of the Key as well. So today, what are we going to see? Well, probably a lot like what we saw yesterday, which was some pretty good rainfall coverage. Most places seeing at least 1/10 of an inch of rain. Most places seeing as much as 1/10 to 1/2 inch of rain. And then occasionally, some places, isolated locations under the bigger thunderstorms that built along the sea breeze front, some even higher amounts of rainfall, some significant amounts of rainfall, in fact. And today will be a similar situation. The sea breeze will build in the afternoon. That sea breeze will push inland, and some of the cloud cover that we have around now will finally give way to shower and thunderstorm activity a little bit later in the day. Lots of holes in the clouds. And I think today we'll probably see during the morning hours a little bit more sunshine than we saw around yesterday. But still, we'll be battling back those clouds until everything kind of mixes away and we're left with a little bit more sunshine. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall chance across our area roadways. We are looking at quiet conditions on radar right now. We have about a 10% chance of maybe some spotty drizzle, passing drizzle during the morning hours. But it's really by afternoon when the action starts. Traveling today, well, the Northeast looks good. Central Plains looks good. So does the Southern Plains, the Upper Mississippi, Lower Mississippi valleys. Parts of the Dakotas are under the gun today, and there could be the threat of severe weather there, including tornadoes as that moves into the western Great Lakes later on this afternoon. So if you're heading this evening or later today into areas like Milwaukee, you could have an issue there. Minneapolis, St. Paul, possibly problems with airport delays. High pressure, the dominant weather feature. Nice easterly wind flow. Sea breeze builds in the afternoon. The combination of those two winds butting up against each other will again produce showers and thunderstorms that march toward the coastline. Sun cloud makes afternoon thunderstorms and a warm and humid afternoon. You'll see those thunderstorms building on our RPM computer model forecast close to the coastline and then gradually drifting out into Gulf waters. So the rain chances for later in the day, 60% today, 50% for the next couple of days. And then maybe we'll trend down the rain chances just a little bit over the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, looks like some slowdowns on State Road 70 as you head towards the interstate. Also 41 around Cortez Road, seeing some slowdowns. And as you head into downtown Bradenton, as we head into Sarasota County, looking pretty quiet. Some slowdowns on Fruitville Road and Bee Ridge as you head it to the interstate. Also 41 southbound, seeing some increase in traffic over towards Osprey. As we head into Venice, looks like some slowdowns on Business 41 in between Nokomis and Venice at 6:18 on your Tuesday morning. And a big congrats is in order this morning as Manatee County Technical College adds 16 new Fire Academy graduates.
As Bobeth Yates tells us, this graduating class has the most female recruits in over 10 years.
It is a little unusual for us to have such a large percentage of females successfully complete the program.
5 of the 16 Manatee Technical College firefighter cadets are women, a trend school officials say is being seen throughout the industry.
Smart fire chiefs are going to be looking for a workforce that matches their community. And since females make up a large part of our community, yes, smart fire chiefs are going to look for educated, trained, and dedicated people.
Graduate Jennifer Diaz is one of those dedicated people.
You did not say because I'm a woman, I can't do this or give me a lighter weight. We all were with the same standard, same weight, same equipment, we just had to put the effort in. We had to go out and do what we had to do.
And while Diaz acknowledges that men can have a strength advantage, she says the battle is more about mental toughness, which gave her and some of the other women an advantage. In fact, she was honored with the Practical Skills Award for her class.
God has taken me in a journey that I think this is great for other women to know they can too do it. Whether it's firefighting or something else, they do have the power within themselves to be able to accomplish those goals.
And for all 16 recruits, the goal of completing the firefighter program will likely lead to jobs in the industry soon.
Larger numbers of people are retiring. They're taking their pension when they reach that point and they're leaving. So departments are no longer hiring 1 or 2. We get notices where departments are hiring 15, 20, 25 people a year.
Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Very nice. All right, 6:21 right now, still ahead. The latest in the case against former Penn State fraternity brothers.
We'll tell you about the key piece of evidence presented in court and what this could mean for the case after this.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Whether a family member needs a little extra help around the house, assistance recovering from a hospital stay, or someone to check in on them throughout the week, Right at Home's in-home care is the answer. Your loved one deserves the right care, and now we need caregivers to help give the right care for the right reasons, the right way. At Right at Home, we're one of the only private home health agencies in this area with the opportunity to earn paid time off. If you're someone who loves helping people, take a look at our website and click on Jobs to join our team today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
I dream of the creature by night and by day. Wielding my weapon, I slaughter my prey. 2,000 cash, I'll be rolling in dough. So hey, a big monster, come out from below. So hey, a big monster, come out from below.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Interesting pastel picture there. Blue and pink we'll give you today.
Looks nice. Little do we know that there is rain in the forecast, unfortunately.
Figures. Starts out nice today, then John says rain by the afternoon. Deja vu, 6:24 on your Tuesday morning.
Prosecutors in the case against 18 former Penn State fraternity brothers have unveiled a key piece of evidence.
Yeah, a 3-hour surveillance video showing the death of that young pledge. Gio Benitez has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the criminally charged frat brothers packing into the courtroom Monday.
Do you guys have any comment?
Not right now. Watching dramatic and disturbing surveillance video from inside the frat house showing 19-year-old Tim Piazza and other Beta Theta Pi pledges going through a so-called obstacle course of forced drinking. Piazza visibly drunk before falling 15 feet down a flight of stairs.
Some of them actually admitted we were more concerned for ourselves than him. We were worried we'd get in trouble. I mean, some of them just said it.
The video capturing the nearly 12-hour ordeal.
You got to remember, Gio, this is not somebody who's got a gaping head wound and is gushing blood. This is somebody whose blood alcohol was 3 times the legal limit and apparently had some internal injuries. He probably looked like just another frat kid.
And we'll have the latest on the case coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania.
I gotta get out of here. Which way? I don't know. What am I looking for? Something I can't see. I can feel it. It's magic. Sauvage. Dior.
Available at Macy's.
As we live longer and markets continue to rise and fall, predictable is one thing you need in retirement. Introducing Bright House Financial, a new company established by MetLife to specialize in annuities and life insurance.
Allergies can hold you back. Break through with Allegra 5-in-1 Relief. It starts working in 1 hour. Relief lasts 24 hours, and it's non-drowsy. Break through allergies with Allegra 5-in-1 Relief.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, Florida lawmakers announce new rules for medical marijuana. What stricter regulations could mean for patients.
An accident on the runway at the airport. We'll tell you what happened when the baggage handler lost control of his cart.
And sea turtle nesting season is in full swing. We'll tell you about the latest nest count across our area. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, Tuesday, June 13th, and off to a pretty sky right now across the horizon on the Suncoast, but that, my friends, will be changing later on today. Good morning, glad you're with us. 6:30 right now. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center. Scalzi, I am hoping for just even the slightest bit.
Mr. Scalzi.
Mr. Scalzi.
Scalzi's good. What are you hoping for?
The slightest bit of some sun throughout the afternoon. I know you keep mentioning rain, but geez, we have had rain for almost 2 weeks coming up now.
Well, Matter, you'll get some. You get a little bit of sunshine a little later on today. I think the cloud cover that we have around will give way to a peek at the sun, maybe even a little more sun than we had yesterday, and that'll help boost our temperatures way up there again to about the 90-degree mark, which is pretty typical for this time of year. Not much in the way of rain shower activity currently. We have a little bit of a drizzle heading toward Wauchula, and again, that's about what I give our chance of rainfall to be this morning, about 10% for drizzle. Otherwise, we're looking at a lot of sunshine, or a lot of thunderstorms a little bit later on. That's kind of different than sunshine, right? A little bit of thunderstorm activity a little later on today. And in fact, the rain chance is good at about 60% or so, like yesterday during the late afternoon and into the evening hours. Building inland first, drifting to the coast, daytime high near 90. Complete forecast in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Some buildup right now on State Road 70 at the dead end of 15th Street East right there. You'll see on the map. Farther south now into Sarasota, some more red to talk about. First off, looks like 301 southbound through Newtown has a bit of a slowdown. Also northbound 41 between Fruitville and University. And then the South County map shows a bit of a slowdown at the Business 41 junction at 6:32 on your Tuesday morning.
Topping our news this morning, new rules for medical marijuana are now in place, all thanks to a special session from the Florida legislature.
Yeah, there are now stricter regulations. Our Erica Jackson explains.
Florida will have more than double the current amount of medical marijuana operators in the state under a proposal approved by lawmakers.
I was told I would drown in my influence, choked it up, or suffocate.
Some doctors call longtime ALS patient Kathy Jordan a medical miracle, but her life almost ended tragically on vacation in Sarasota 28 years ago.
I came here to save all my pills to go home and commit suicide. I was no longer gonna live. So when they offered me a joint, I figured, what's it gonna do, kill me?
She credits cannabis for putting an end to many of her symptoms over the last 31 years. Her husband Bob said she is the longest living patient with ALS without a feeding tube or a respirator.
I always tell people, don't let the wheelchair fool you.
Patients like Kathy are one step closer to easily accessing medical marijuana. Florida lawmakers signed off on a measure to allow 10 more marijuana operators in Florida, bringing the number to 17, each able to open up to 25 retail stores. But according to the Compassionate Cannabis Clinic of Venice, that may not be permanent.
So these dispensary caps, unless the legislature picks this issue up again and passes future regulation, these dispensing caps will expire in 2020, and the licensees will be able to open unlimited locations.
Under the measure heading to Governor Rick Scott, patients won't have to wait 90 days after seeing a doctor to receive a prescription, but all cannabis products prescribed are processed and cannot be smoked. The Jordans say the legal oil-based products and edibles don't help with Kathy's excessive saliva.
Our life would be a lot easier if this stuff worked. That's the point you gotta make for her.
And with cannabis, when it's smoked, it elicits a cough response that will actually help to expel some of that mucus from her lungs.
The 10 new medical marijuana operators will open within the next 4 months throughout the state. Reporting in Venice, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
An update now on a daring rescue by Sarasota County firefighters. Crews are now back to work on the building after firefighters worked on Sunday to rescue a construction worker who was dangling near the top of the 17-story View condominiums. Initially, 2 workers were in danger when a scaffolding line snapped near the 15th floor. One of them was rescued by other construction workers, while the other worker was stuck for more than an hour before he could be safely lifted to the roof. Both workers were taken to the hospital and later released. Cast Construction had this to say about the incident, quote, Cast Construction has an outstanding safety record, and while this mechanical failure of the scaffold system was unfortunate, proper safety measures saved lives.
An investigation is now underway at the airport after the person unloading bags inadvertently drove his cart into a plane. Airport officials say either the brakes failed or he missed the pedal. The cart scraped the underside of the airplane. The worker was taken to the hospital as a precaution. The plane sustained just some minor damage.
A follow-up now on the woman responsible for a Manatee County crash that left a 2-year-old boy dead. A Manatee County judge sentenced Shamika Jones to 28 years in prison, followed by 5 years of probation. Back in February of 2015, Jones was driving drunk on I-75 with only a learner's permit. That's when she went off the shoulder of the road, and the SUV she was driving flipped multiple times and hit several trees. There were 9 children in the SUV and 2 other adults. 2-year-old Isaac Solomon died in that crash, and a 6-month-old infant suffered a skull fracture. The other children only suffered minor injuries.
6:36 right now. Sarasota County is trying to purchase old railroad tracks to extend the popular Legacy Trail, but some opponents are trying to derail those plans. More than 175,000 people use the existing trail each year, which is why the county wants to extend it 7.5 miles north into Payne Park in downtown Sarasota. There's a map for you. But attorneys with a D.C.-based law firm have already convinced 120 adjacent property owners to file lawsuits to regain property value near the tracks. The county estimates the cost of the project is expected to be double what the first part of the trail cost.
The biggest cost is right-of-way acquisition. It's about it's probably the majority of the cost, but it's pretty close to being 60-40 split.
We trust the judgment and experience of Sarasota County Parks as well as the much broader expertise of the Trust for Public Land.
The attorney for the property owner says these lawsuits are close to a sure thing and that taxpayers will be responsible for paying them.
Happening today, the Selby Library is hosting a community volunteer fair that'll feature over 20 local nonprofit organizations. Residents can come learn about the organizations and their volunteer opportunities, including one-day events for the entire family, as well as ongoing positions. The volunteer fair starts at 10 a.m. today and runs till 2 p.m. on 1st Street in Sarasota. As summer gets underway, sea turtle nesting season is now reaching its peak.
Yeah, the number of turtles laying eggs on Florida beaches continues to rise. In fact, last year statewide, get this, more than 120,000 loggerhead turtle nests. The previous record was green sea turtles the previous year. Sea turtle mothers always nest at the same beach where they were hatched. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says that is why it's so important that all beaches stay dark and clear from obstructions during the summer months.
We're seeing more and more interactions between people who are excited. They want to go to the beach and see sea turtles, but they don't realize that they can actually be doing harm. Sea turtles nest at night, and they're very skittish. They're very vulnerable to activity on the beach or lights.
The growing number of green sea turtles throughout the state in recent years has led to them to be reclassified as a threatened species and not endangered. Look at this. A Bradenton man got quite the scare when he lifted the hood of his car. He found why the car wouldn't start. There was a 3-foot-long python coiled on top of the engine. That's why. Volunteers with the Wildlife Education and Rehab Center came out to the scene. They were able to pull the snakes out in about 30 minutes. One of the volunteers is now caring for that snake. And Elaine Lurch sent us this photo on Facebook. She lives at Pelican Cove in Sarasota. Outside her front door was a snake. She told the front office it was a python. They released it, saying it was protocol for snakes to be released. Now they know not to release pythons after she spoke to management. Just a reminder that you can connect with us on Facebook and share your snake photos.
Oh, please don't.
mysuncoast.com, or any videos we'll show as well.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if you walked out the door and you're heading out the door and then there's a big snake right there?
A python.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gives me heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, that's disconcerting to have that in kind of an invasive snake popping up everywhere like this. Yeah, they must be doing pretty well out there in the wild.
That's why they're looking for those python hunters.
That's right.
That's right. $8 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can use an extra job.
Right? There you go.
Forecast in a second.
Also still ahead, NBA Finals are now over and a new champion.
We'll tell you how the Golden State Warriors ended the season last night in Oakland.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, we got a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning with 76-degree air temperature and a dew point of 73. It feels kind of sticky and humid. Across the region, temperatures are generally holding in the mid-70s most everywhere. 75 in Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, Punta Gorda, 77 degrees at Longboat Key. Venice comes in at 76, so does Inglewood. We're looking at that cloud cover kind of keeping us in uniform temperatures. Now, if you're traveling today, now there'll be some scattered thunderstorms around, but the Raleigh-Durham airports, Charlotte airports look fine. Atlanta airport probably looks okay. Be a few thunderstorms a little bit later in the day, but that shouldn't be a problem. New York City and surrounding airports may have an issue. And then back to the west, Minneapolis, St. Paul could see some really rough weather today. So if you're traveling to that neck of the woods, could be a problem. Milwaukee as well. And the Dakotas also seeing the potential for some severe weather. But state of Florida, probably just looking at standard thunderstorm stuff. I don't think we'll see too much in the way of severe weather today. Of course, we could see some very heavy downpours of rain. That's likely as we head into the afternoon. A lot of cloud cover, but you know what? We also have some holes in the clouds out here. And I think as we head into the mid-morning and even into the afternoon, we'll start to see more sunshine around. Probably more sunshine today than we saw yesterday, but don't get too excited. I'm not talking wall-to-wall sunshine. We'll see the sun poking through the clouds, and that will help to boost our temperatures pretty rapidly up into the near 90-degree range. That'll start our sea breeze. Our sea breeze will build our bigger thunderstorms a little bit later in the day. About a 10%, as I mentioned, chance of a shower during the morning hours, and more like drizzle than anything else. And that's what we've got currently going on in parts of northern Manatee County. Nothing heavy, but still enough, intermittent windshield wiper kind of thing. Other than that, I think we're looking at quiet conditions across the Suncoast this morning. If you're looking for the thunderstorm activity, as I mentioned back in the Dakotas, we have plenty of it. Otherwise, the eastern seaboard doesn't look too bad, so if you're flying, it shouldn't be too bad of a trip along the eastern seaboard. High pressure, the dominant weather feature, brings us that easterly wind flow that collides with our sea breeze. Showers and thunderstorms build, and then they'll generally drift toward the Gulf waters as they die out. Some of the more northern storms might get some outflow boundary that pushes them toward the Atlantic. Sun and cloud mix today. Look for those afternoon thunderstorms, about a 60% chance of that, especially late in the day, second half of drive time. And then warm and humid during the afternoon hours. The RPM computer model shows those showers lining up, kind of pinned close to the coast because of that easterly wind flow, that same easterly wind flow that'll push them out into the Atlantic as they die out. Forecast calls for a 60% chance of thunderstorms today, 50% tomorrow, and daytime highs hold near the average for this time of year at about 90 degrees. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. Let's take a look at Suncoast traffic at 646 this morning. Looks like 301 heading southbound, really seeing some congestion. Also State Road 64 as you're heading into downtown Bradenton. Off of the interstate, seeing some slowdowns. As we head into Sarasota County, 41 as you split into 301, seeing some congestion in that area. And Clark Road as you're heading towards I-75, getting off of Tamiami. As we head south into South County, some slowdowns towards South Venice on Business 41. Other than that, no accidents across the Suncoast at 646 on your Tuesday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, immune therapy is the hottest trend in cancer care, and so-called living drugs are its next frontier.
Genetically engineering a patient's own immune cells to be stronger and smarter lets them grow inside the body into an army that seeks and destroys tumors. Two versions of these CAR T cells may hit the market soon to treat some types of leukemia and lymphoma. Now researchers are trying to harness their powers to help more patients and more common kinds of cancer.
And weather on the Suncoast, we all know, changes constantly this time of year, from a bright sunny day to an approaching thunderstorm, and both can actually wreak havoc on a headache. Research shows that changes in barometric pressure can be associated with migraine headache. As the pressure falls, people who suffer from migraines will often sense it and become stressed. Doctors at Cleveland clinics say managing stress through exercise, deep breathing, or relaxation techniques can help ward it off. Increasing magnesium intake prior to a weather change may help limit or prevent a migraine as well. And, of course, staying hydrated.
All right, on to sports news now. Hopes for a Cleveland comeback in the NBA Finals last night now fell a bit short.
But the Warriors just had too much firepower for the Cavaliers, a fight they know all too well. It happened like this. In the first quarter, the score tied at 9. Kyrie Irving steals the ball from Steph Curry, takes it all the way up and makes the layup, but Durant gets the inbound pass and LeBron James intercepts and drives to the hoop for another layup. Cavs up 13-9. They end the first 37-33. The Warriors, though, make a quick comeback, going up 71-57 near the end of the first half. But check this out. The Cavs' Joe Smith nails a three right there with a second left on the clock to close in 71-60. But it's the Warriors who take this one home. They win the game 129-120 to win the series, reclaiming their championship from the Cavaliers last year. They now hold 2 of the past 3 championship game titles.
And the Penguins have brought the Stanley Cup back to Pittsburgh for another year. The Penguins beat the Nashville Predators Sunday night in Game 6 of the finals. A victory parade is planned for tomorrow at 11 a.m. Last year's parade brought in about 400,000 fans, the biggest celebration for any of the team's 5 Stanley Cup wins.
And the Florida Gators are heading to the College World Series for the 3rd year in a row after edging out Wake Forest in the Super Regionals. In the best of 3 series, Florida took Game 1, Wake Forest taking Game 2, but it was Game 3, though, that the Gators almost get a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first. But some great defense from Keegan Marenpot keeps the game scoreless. It's the bottom of the second that the Gators get a run and lead 1-0. After a nearly 3-hour rain delay, the players return to the field. A fastball by J.J. Schwartz puts the Gators up 3-0. They win the game and are heading to Omaha for their 11th appearance in the College World Series. So best of luck to them.
Yeah, very nice.
Big weekend, or big week in sports, actually.
Nice job on the sports highlights.
Thank you.
I made some popcorn, sat back and watched the whole thing.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Another life I once lived.
Apparently so. That's right. 10 to 7 right now. Still ahead, we'll update the day's top news headlines and your chance to own a piece of history at Roberts Arena.
We'll tell you how you can get your hands on some of the venue's original chairs after this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Dawn is breaking on schedule. Pretty shot of some of the buildings in downtown Sarasota. That building on the left is the foot of Main Street there, the eastern end of Main Street.
Oh.
Medical building there.
Beautiful out there.
Yeah.
For now.
For now. John says a change on the way. Details of that coming up. 6:53 right now on your Tuesday morning.
Let's take a look at some of the top local stories here on the Suncoast for you today.
An unusual day at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport after a worker on the baggage cart lost control and skidded beneath the plane. Fortunately, no injuries reported.
Plus, a Manatee County judge has sentenced Shamika Jones to 28 years in prison. In February of 2015, Jones was driving drunk on I-75 when she went off the shoulder of the road, killing a 2-year-old boy in the back seat.
And local mourners gathered last night across the Suncoast to honor victims of the Pulse nightclub on the 1-year anniversary of that shooting. One ceremony in Sarasota released balloons in honor of the 49 killed last year, including Sarasota resident Eddie Sotomayor.
Taking a look at traffic at 6:54 this morning, your normal slowdowns across Manatee County, 301 heading southbound and State Road 70 east and westbound. Also, as you head into downtown Bradenton, seeing a little bit of congestion. As we head into Sarasota County, you can see some slowdowns on 41 where it splits into 301. Other than that, Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Road looking good. And as we head south into South County, not a whole lot going on at 6:55. John?
Yeah, pretty quiet around here this morning. We may see a spotty bit of drizzle, about a 10% chance of that in places, but nothing more than intermittent wind chill wiper stuff. Then as we head into the evening hours, a better chance, 60% chance of thunderstorms, similar to yesterday. And over the next several days, our rain chances remain high, a mix of sun and clouds, a daytime high near 90, and a good 50 to 60% chance of some strong storms.
All right, thank you, John. Here's your chance to own a piece of Roberts Arena. Chair Day is Saturday. They're going to sell the chairs. They are 50-year-old chairs, plastic seats being removed. They'll soon be replaced by black padded seats with armrests and aisle lighting, but those seats will be given away, or I should say sold on Saturday, $20 each. Roberts Arena Chair Day kicks off at 9 a.m. and runs to one. One of those things will sell.
I know. Pretty good price tag for a piece of history there.
We have a rare guest today. Jacqueline's sister, Jessica, is here from California.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
You
enjoy
We've
this?
been telling you guys about her all week. She's been visiting me. I'll have the next few days off, so glad to have you with us, Jess. Thanks.
All right, that's it. Watch out for the showers this afternoon. They'll be arriving in about 3-ish, John?
A little later.
All right.
5, 6.
Enjoy your Tuesday.
Stick around. Good Morning America.